welcome back to All That Erica, guys. Today's video will be a reading vlog. Yay! Cue the celebratory sounds. We're going to do a reading vlog because I have an arc that I need to finish before the end of the month, and I figured it would be best to do it as a reading vlog. I do also have a million other things to read. I am currently in the middle of, I think, 2 books, and I'm getting ready to start this one for the reading vlog and another for a buddy read. So who am I? Like, I never read this many books at once, just because I want to try to keep, just keep things in mind of what I'm reading and remembering things. But yeah, we'll see if I will be able to juggle 4 books, maybe 3.5, because one I'm pretty much almost done with. So I'm going to read that one in tandem with my arc that I have to finish, but that is neither here nor there. Today is about this lovely book, Unmasked, My Life Solving America's Cold Cases by Paul Holes. This one is set to come out April 2022. I'm not sure of the exact date. But yeah, it is about, I think Paul Holes was the first, but let me just read you what the synopsis says before I guess on what Mr. Paul did. It says, from the detective who found the Golden State Killer, a memoir of investigating America's toughest cold cases and the rewards and toll of a life-solving crime. So yeah, this is just a crime-solving book. We will see how we like it. Again, I think I mentioned sometimes these books trip me up because I run to Google to get more information about the cases. I'll maybe check on like TV to see if there's any series or any any documentaries or anything about the cases that are shared. So I'm hoping to wrap this up in 2 days. This one isn't really long. It is 270 pages. I'm pretty sure I could probably read this all today, or I can read this all in a day. But I'm just nervous about being kept up at night trying to finish this because, it could be a page turner with some of the, what are they called? Some of the cases that they're sharing. So we are going to hopefully spend 2 days reading this. I would love to wrap this up in 2 days. Today is Monday. Oh, there's my dog. Yes, today is Monday. So my goal is to finish this at least by Wednesday. So then I can edit this video and then it can go up by Thursday. And then I can, do all the things that are being asked of me by reviewing this arc. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows what an arc is, but for those of you who don't, just ARC stands for Advanced Reading Copy. So I was able to get this copy before it is hitting the market, hitting your library, hitting wherever you consume books, in exchange for an honest review. So we are rambling. I'm going to oh my gosh. I'm going to eat more of my lunch over here and then hopefully read about 10 to 20 pages of this. And then I will check back in after those first 20 pages and let you all know, how it's starting, if I'm getting sidetracked and all of those good things, right? So I will catch you all in the next one. Good morning, guys. So I failed at coming back to check in on my current read, but it's a new day. Today is Tuesday and I have a bunch of things to do today, and I'm hoping I have time to wrap this book up. I'm just currently making a cup of tea before I get my kids ready for school. We have a bunch of things to do today. I have a lot of work to get done. I also have to stop at the library because I have a bunch of holds that have come through. So we will try to get footage of that. Like I said in my previous vlog, I don't like to record people in the library because that may be their safe space, and who wants a camera in their face, right? So maybe we'll record dropping a few books off and then just in the car, and we can do like a quick library haul of what I picked up. But yeah, I am, that's my tea, my electric kettle. All right, so quick update on this book. I am currently on page 73, and we're just being introduced to Paul's life. We are also being introduced to a bunch of cases that he worked on initially and how they link back to him being able to catch, what is it called, the Golden State Killer. So we've been introduced to, I think, 2 cases that Paul has worked on, and I'm like itching to Google it so far, but I don't want to because maybe the book will tell us the outcome of the cases that he started to work on. We do jump around a lot. We of course start with Paul retiring, and then we bounce back to like the beginning of his identity, or like him forming himself, or the beginning of him wanting to be a criminalist or criminologist, forensic scientist, however you want to term these folks. So yeah, it's really interesting to get the back details of his life, and then how that plays a role in how he was able to catch the Golden State Killer. So I'm excited to wrap this one up to get more details about it. I also found that he has started a podcast. I may be late to the ball game with the podcast, but I'll put a quick video here of it. I think I'm going to listen to an episode today on my way to the library as I pick up books. So we'll see how we like that. But yeah, hopefully I can wrap this up today. If not, I'm definitely wrapping this up tomorrow in preparation for my review to go up by Thursday. So I will check back in with you all when I have another reading. And we are back home, guys. I do not have a reading update because I haven't had time to read. I'm just returning home from my son's doctor's appointment. So in the midst of that, I did stop at my library and pick up my latest holds that came through. I also stopped at Dunkin' Donuts to pick up, what is this, an iced matcha latte with oat milk. And I usually don't stop at Dunkin' Donuts because I don't drink coffee, and the one near us just doesn't make the drinks really well. So I only stopped there because my son wanted to get donuts before he went back to school. And I figured, why not give them another shot? I mean, it's okay. It has a lot of sugar. I did get 2 pumps of liquid cane sugar. So maybe if I go there in the future, I probably will omit the sugar or try one. I don't know. Again, I tend to skip them because there's just like no consistency in the way that they make drinks, and I guess I'm just sounding like a Starbucks snob. But yeah, anyway, let's just quickly run through the library books that I picked up. I usually get an email that says, your holds have come through, or like a pickup request has been fulfilled, something. I don't know what it says. And I usually don't check which books come through until I get the books to be like, a little surprised about which holds finally came through. So let's see what we have, and let's stress over, will we have enough time in the month to read them? I doubt it. They give you a little slip, of course, your little checkout slip. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books to talk about. I had 9, and I returned 1 because I had already listened to the audio version of it. So we're working with 8 books. So let's see, the first one we have is Survive the Dome by Casoco Jackson. I believe this is a YA thriller, or maybe YA fantasy, but it says, ladies and gentlemen of Baltimore, Maryland, this city is now under the dome. Do not resist orders from armed and armored officials. Anyone found violating the rules of the dome will be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. This message will be expanded upon in 1 hour. Wow. So I guess a dome goes over the city of Baltimore, and these people are trying to get out of the dome. Yeah, it looks like they're under a lockdown, and we are following Jamal, Marco, and Catherine as they try to, get out of this lockdown and understand why they are being locked down. I think Casoco also has another book coming out this year. So if I enjoy this, maybe I will pick up that other one. And then I do know they wrote Yesterday is History, or he wrote Yesterday is History. And then that beautiful cover right there. I haven't had a chance to read that one, but I'm excited to get to that. It sounds like, I don't know, like a thriller, a game type aspect. I don't know. We'll see if we like that one. Next, I have Things Past Telling by Sheila Williams. And this is a pretty cover. I'm assuming this is historical fiction, and I am right. Yes, historical fiction, and this is during the Civil War era. So this is a time period that I tend to enjoy. So let's see. Oh, this is really cool. Miriam Priscilla Grace is a midwife born in West Africa around 1758. She has been gifted various names, but her birth name is known to her alone. Things Past Telling is a remarkable historical novel that charts Miriam's journey across an ocean of years as vast as the Atlantic she crossed when she was only 11 years old. Miriam survives capture, enslavement, and a brief stint as a pirate's ward, where she is both a spy and a translator. Wow, Miriam girl done went through a lot. But this is pretty cool. I'm going to upload later today my April TBR, and one of the books that I have on there I'm doing for like a secret reading vlog, and I think I'm going to add this one to that reading vlog because Miriam is a midwife, and that kind of aligns with the reading vlog. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in midwifery and you want to know more about this historical fiction book. But yeah, I'm shocked. I didn't know she was a midwife, so that's really cool. I'm glad I picked that one up. Then we have The Cartographers by Pang Shepard, and I believe this is a mystery. I'm pretty sure cartographers are people who make maps, and I believe this is about a family of map makers, and someone passes away and they have to figure out the mystery. So let's read what the synopsis says. It says, Neil Young's whole life and greatest passion is cartography. Her father, Dr. Daniel Young, is a legend in the field, and her name is Nell, not Neil, and Nell's personal hero. But she hasn't seen or spoken to him ever since he cruelly fired her and destroyed her reputation after an argument over an old cheap gas station highway map. Oh, but when Dr. Young is found dead in his office at the New York Public Library, hey, that's cool, with a very same seemingly worthless map hidden in his desk, Nell can't resist investigating. To her surprise, she soon discovers that the map is incredibly valuable and exceedingly rare. In fact, she may now have the only copy left in existence because a mysterious collector has been hunting down and destroying every last one, along with anyone who gets in the way. Ooh, it says it's perfect for fans of Joe Hill. Don't know who that is. Oh, and V.E. Schwab. The Cartographers is an ode to art and science, history and magic, a spectacularly imaginative modern story about an ancient craft and places still undiscovered. Yeah, this sounds really good. I'm excited to read this. I'm not a fan of V.E. Schwab. I think I talked about it. I'm going to talk about it in my wrap up, but yeah, I'm excited to get to this. And I love the little, I don't even know there's a name for these pages, but I love these types of pages in books. So excited about that one. I think this is the only romance book I have. I don't tend to read romance, but this cover, I had to pick this one up. But this is called Savvy Sheldon Feels Good as Hell, you know, like our girl Lizzo, by Taj McCoy. And yeah, it's a romance book. Oh wow, she's a law grad. That's cool. I love seeing people writing books when it's like not their day-to-day profession. So I'm excited to dig into this one. But it says a delicious debut rom-com about a plus-size sweetheart who gets a full life makeover after a brutal brutal breakup, as I'm very hungry. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. This was definitely just like a cover click, you know, with our boy Bow Wow. Definitely a cover click, and I believe this one just recently came out. Actually, all of these I think just came out, so I'm shocked that my holds are coming through pretty quickly. Maybe people aren't wanting to read these, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited to get to this one. This is probably the only romance I will read in the month of April because I don't usually read romances. So next, I think this is a mystery thriller, but this is The Night Shift by Alex Finlay. And this will be my second Alex Finlay book. And I forget what the other one was called that I read. Oh yeah, Every Last Fear, that I read last year, and I believe that was their debut thriller, and it was okay. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. I did enjoy it. It was like fast paced. I guess I was hooked to it. But so this is their newest thriller, I want to say. Yes, this is their newest thriller. It says it's New Year's Eve 1999. Y2K is expected to bring chaos, planes falling from the sky, elevators plunging to earth, world markets collapsing, a digital apocalypse. None of that happens, of course. We know that. But as Blockbuster Video... Oh, wow, I remember. Okay. I'm getting sidetracked. But at a Blockbuster Video in New Jersey, 4 teenagers working late at the store are attacked. Only one inexplicably survives. Police quickly identify a suspect, the boyfriend of one of the victims, who flees and is never seen again. 15 years later, more teenage employees are attacked at an ice cream store in the same town, and again, only one makes it out alive. It says this twisty, poignant, and redemptive. The Night Shift is a story about the legacy of trauma and how the broken can come out on the other side, and it solidifies Alex Finlay, wow, as one of the new leading voices in the world of thrillers. So yeah, Alex, I'm excited to read this one. It's not really long. It's just over 300 pages. So I'm excited to get to this thriller. Don't know when I will. I have a bunch of other books to read, of course. But hopefully I'll be able to renew this one if I don't have time to pick it up and then get to it by the end of April. I think I have another, actually maybe the next two are thrillers. So then we have The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. This will be my first time reading a Simone St. James. I do have their other book on my backlist TBR, and the name of it is escaping me. The Sundown Motel. So I do have that. I think I just put a hold in it on Libby, and as well as I think I put a hold for like the physical book. But that is not what we're talking about. We are talking about The Book of Cold Cases, and this synopsis says, a true crime blogger gets more than she bargained for while interviewing the woman acquitted of 2 cold case slayings in this chilling new novel from the New York Times bestselling author of The Sundown Motel. So we're going between 2 time periods. We're going between 1977 Oregon and then 2017, obviously, in Oregon as well. So yeah, it looks like a true crime blogger is interviewing this woman. And I think she's the only one who she will allow to interview her. So she's going to tell her stories. I'm excited. Oh, I'm really excited to get to this one. This is another short read. You know, the length of books that I enjoy, less than 400 pages, actually less than 350 pages, are usually the type of books that I enjoy. But we have that one. And then we have Like a Sister by Kelly Garrett. And I don't know if this is a debut. No, that's right. Oh, that's cool. This book it says, please share. Wow, Erica, please share your thoughts on this book. And then you write a little comment. I've never seen that in a book. Remember books used to have like the checkout thing and the little card, and it would they would write down the date that you had to return your book. I love that. I saw that Babbel, I think, is going to have like a checkout slip. I'll put what I saw on Twitter here. But that's really cool. I cannot wait to get to that book. I pre-ordered that so fast, but we are not here to talk about Babel. We are here to talk about Like a Sister. And this one says, no one bats an eye when a Black reality TV star is found dead except her estranged half-sister, whose refusal to believe the official story leads her on a dangerous search for the truth. Wow. I cannot wait to pick this one up. Again, it's another thriller, so it's looking like we will have a thriller library reading vlog for a couple of these books, actually. So maybe we'll do like a weekly reading vlog of reading new released thrillers. And I guess it's cool because we have a Black female, white woman, and I don't know if the Cartographers is really a thriller. That's more so, maybe it is a mystery thriller. But if it is, that I believe that's an Asian American writer. Girl, let me stop guessing. I don't know what Pang is. I will look up Pang's ethnicity if I decide to do, just a thriller reading vlog. And then finally, I don't know where I saw this book. And it came through rather quickly, so I don't know. I'll have to check back. But we have The Seventh Son by Laini Forbes, and I believe this is a trilogy. Yes, I believe this is a trilogy, and this is probably my second and only fantasy book. Again, I'm not a fantasy girl. I'm trying to get more into fantasies. I'm excited that this fantasy is not super long, so maybe I'll have a better reading experience with this one. Yeah, this one's like right at 300 pages. But yeah, let's see what this one is about. It says, thrust into leadership upon the death of his emperor father, young Prince Akin, I don't know, feels completely unready for his new position. Though his royal blood controls the power of the sun, he's now responsible for the lives of all the Chicom people. And despite all Akin's efforts, the sun is fading and the end of the world may be at hand. And then we're following Mayana, the only daughter of the Chicom family whose blood controls the power of water. Ooh, okay. The old emperor's death may mean that she is next. Prince Akin must be married before he can ascend the throne, and Mayana is one of 6 noble daughters presented to him as a possible wife. Those who are not chosen will be sacrificed to the gods. Wow. So are they like going to participate in like some type of game to become the chosen one, the chosen wife? It says, rich in imagination and romance and based on the legends and history of the Aztec and Maya people, The Seventh Son brings to vivid life a world on the edge of apocalyptic disaster. I know I picked that because you hear those 2 words, Aztec and Mayan. So yeah, I definitely picked that up because of those 2 words. I think I wanted to read more books in that realm, in that vein. So I didn't know romance was in this. Again, I'm not a romance reader, but okay, so this will be our second romance library book. But, ooh, Laini has a cool biography. It says, Laini Forbes is the daughter of a librarian and an ex-drug smuggling surfer. Wow, that's like a cool backstory and a cool like upbringing of how maybe Laini writes her books. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this one. And that is it for our quick and brief library haul. I am getting ready to finish editing my April TBR and getting ready to upload that. So we will show a little bit of that footage. And I'm also going to listen to, what is our friend's name? Paul Holes, the book that I am reading and doing this reading vlog for. I'm going to listen to Paul's, let's move our books over, we can see them. I'm going to listen to Paul's podcast called The Murder Squad. It's Paul and someone else. I do not. Someone whose last name is Jensen. So I'm going to listen to that podcast while also trying to edit. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe we'll do the editing first, and then as it's rendering and doing all of that great stuff, we will then do listen to the podcast. So I will check back in hopefully later this afternoon, evening, when I made more progress on our lovely book. But that is it for this update. Maybe we'll get a quick thumbnail picture here. Who knows? Yeah, but that's it for this update. I will check back in with you all when I have another update.
so I am back with a quick reading update before I pass out. I think I have like 90, less than 100 pages left in Unmasked before I wrap it up. So I am on pace to finish this by tomorrow and then be able to post this reading vlog by Thursday. So that is exciting. And yeah, I guess the book is going really well. We are continuing to move through cases that Paul has worked on that has, helped shape him as a profiler, as a criminologist. So yeah, it's really good, really interesting. It's a pretty easy read, I guess. It's kind of slow because, again, I get sidetracked and I want to know more about the cases that Paul is working on. So I have found myself Googling things. I have listened to a podcast, but not fully because today has just been insanely busy. So I'm getting ready to go to bed, and yeah, I'll check back in with you all tomorrow when we wrap this book up. See you all in my next update.
Good morning, guys. So it's time for another reading update, or I guess it's time for us to plan out our day. I am checking in a little bit later today because I had to wash and rebraid my hair. So I have this scarf on right now to try to help dry my hair out a little bit faster. But a quick update in the book, I'm I'm in a certain chapter where something like crazy has just happened, and I literally was like, what? As it happened. Do you all ever have that with like a visceral reaction from a book? Like, I love when books do that to me, like they catch me off guard because, I usually think I'm able to predict what is going to happen in a book, but this turn, I guess, or this surprise totally caught me off guard. I did not expect that. But yeah, let's talk about our plans for today. I'm actually on a break from doing some work. So I woke up a little bit earlier today to knock some work out because I knew I had to wash my hair. And then I did a little bit more. So I'm on a quick 45-minute break to see how much I can knock out of this book. I'm hoping to finish this by this evening, and then we'll wrap up the reading vlog. So we have that. And then I'm also hoping to wrap up a second book today, which is, what is it called? Coming of Age in Mississippi. I am about 75% done with that. So I'm hoping to knock that out today as well, to be able to wrap up my March reading and then hopefully film my March wrap up tomorrow to be ready to go up by Friday, April Fool's Day. So that is it. For now. I will be back when I have another reading update. Hopefully my next reading update will be that I finished the book and I can wrap up this reading vlog with my thoughts about the book, whether I recommend it or not. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I will catch you all in another reading update. Hey y'all, so I wanted to add in some additional footage here, and I am just filling out my planner. I usually try to fill out my planner on Fridays or Sundays. So here I am just filling out my planner and talking about my horrible nails. My daughter usually does my nails, and there's her little hand. But my daughter usually does my nails, and she's been slacking on her role. But we're just going to quickly run through. I think I'm just filling out my planner here. I do have a key where I try to keep things separate because my kids are involved in multiple things, and I'm also involved in multiple projects. So I use that key. I'm not sure if it's really helpful because I just end up checking things off regardless. But yeah, we are just going to show some footage of me filling out this planner. Let me know if you all like this type of content. I can do more planner type videos if anyone is interested in that. But this planner also too, really fast, is a golden coil planner. It is fully customizable and super expensive. I do not think I will be using this again next year, despite me liking the layout of this planner and the paper. Oh, and there's Zeke. But yeah, back to the planner content. Good morning, guys. We are back. It is Thursday, and I have finished Unmasked. What is it? My Life Solving America's Cold Cases by Paul Holes. This one is set to come out the 26th of April. And yeah, we're just going to wrap up our thoughts here and wrap up this reading vlog. As I stated before, this was a pretty quick read, pretty quick and easy read. We are following Paul as he, I always knock my plants over and I know they're like pissed. Anyway, all right, so all the details about the book. Unmasked is a memoir slash, I guess, like true crime nonfiction book where Paul Holes is detailing his life as a criminologist, or a mixture of like a detective and a forensic scientist, as he solves some prolific cases, most notably the Golden State Killer. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Golden State, GSK, the Golden State Killer case, as well as a few additional cold cases. It says he had worked on the murder of Laci Peterson and the kidnapping of JC Dugard, which is one, I don't think I've heard of that case, but I definitely heard of Laci Peterson. But throughout the book, we are following Paul as he, tells us he's an introvert and he's really not great at speaking to crowds. So I think all of those details helped Paul become the, I guess, like not gung-ho, but he became, what is it? What is the word where you're like constantly, I cannot think of it. But anyway, obsessed. He became obsessed with all the cases that he read because he was able to compartmentalize all of the details of the cases and be able to like keep that part separate from his life. So I'm thinking if maybe being an introvert had a role in playing with his obsession and his ability to like separate those gruesome details, gruesome life of being a forensic scientist away from like his family life. And also it played a negative part. So Paul does talk about his marriages. His first marriage ended in a divorce, and then his second marriage to someone who worked in like a similar, or who done similar work to Paul, and how his obsession with the cases and trying to figure out these cases, how they both played a role in disrupting his marriages. In this, we do jump back and forth between multiple cases. We initially, meet Paul as a young child, and then we see how he became interested in his path of criminology or forensic science. And then we are bounce back and forth between a bunch of cases, but there's importance to us bouncing between those cases because Paul is able to pick up on certain clues. Oh no, I guess he's done. Yeah, the significance, I think, of bouncing between those cases is to build almost like a profile, on Paul, of his cunningness and his ability to, I guess, like read between the lines of cases. I think one important thing that I noticed was like in the beginning with the Golden State Killer, I think it was a case that Paul had initially worked on, and like the victims were saying that they shined a flashlight into their eyes to like blind them while the act was taking place, or to catch them off guard, I should say. And Paul like immediately thought like, or he tied that back to his police training. And I think that was like an important clue for him to remember, like in the later years when he was hot on the trail of catching the Golden State Killer. But overall, I gave this a 5. I really enjoyed this. I'm really interested in reading or listening to the podcast that I had mentioned previously. I did note that they are on a hiatus. And I think that's because he released this book and probably will be doing like a lot of book touring and stuff. So yeah, I'm interested in listening to that and listening to additional cold cases. I think Paul just like has a knack of solving these cases, of being able to not be so emotionally invested. No, I don't even think it's that. I think he's able to keep his emotions under wrap and really focus on solving these cases and bringing justice to the families and, helping them to achieve some sort of closure. To add to this, I think what's really cool is I am doing my ancestry, and I just got a notification that I think my DNA was extracted recently. So there's just a couple more things they have to walk through before they are able to send the results back to me. So it was really cool to read, like in the final chapters, how genealogy and like ancestry and how those things played a role in finding the Golden State Killer. It's also really scary because of, you know, the legality thing around like privacy with those companies. I am not a legal person. I do not work in anything legal, so I'm not even sure. I'm sure they dotted their I's and crossed all their T's with it, but it does make me hesitant because I'm like, oh, can the police just, you know, request? I mean, I don't plan on doing anything. Let me say that. I do not plan on breaking any laws or doing anything bad, but it's just like an interesting thing to explore about how genealogy and how that was used to help catch the Golden State Killer. My final thoughts on the book. I am definitely giving this 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the mixture of, you know, memoir and true crime mixed together. I really enjoyed the conversations around police work and like working together and seeing how just how, you know, how that played a role in Paul being able to catch the Golden State Killer. I really also enjoyed his commentary around his family and how his job played such a negative part in his relationships, both with both of his wives. I can't really speak on his children because, I mean, he talked about them and how they were still able to do fatherly things together or do like a family thing together with his kids. So I'm not sure if that played a negative part. I do think him being a father helped him to become maybe a better profiler, a better forensic scientist, because he was able just to see like the importance of these children and how that impacted families. I think what also too I didn't mention but was interesting is how like overprotective he was over his kids because of the work that he did and like following the cases and seeing how quickly children can be, you know, snatched up or attacked. So I think that was just like a cool detail to include, his overprotectiveness because of his career. But overall, yeah, this was a great read. I really enjoyed everything that was discussed. I really enjoyed listening to all the reading about all of the cases. Yeah, I hope Paul writes more in the future, maybe more about like his life post GSK, like with all of the work that he's doing now. He does briefly talk about it a little bit in the end. But yeah, I'm interested now in like, what is he doing? He does mention he has a bunch of people contacting him to help them solve their cases. So I would definitely be interested in reading more from Paul about life post GSK capture. And just like, what is he up to now? Maybe they talk about it in his podcast, so maybe I'm just putting extra work on Paul, and I apologize. But so this will wrap up our dedicated reading vlog for Unmasked. And I hope you all have a great day, evening, morning, weekend, whenever you are watching this. The weather is finally breaking here, so I have my window open. So I'm excited for spring. And yeah, that is it for this reading vlog. Oh, also, as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's have a conversation in the comments about anything you all are reading or any videos you would like to see in the future. And I will catch y'all in another video. Peace.